Welcome to an essential guide for every distinguished Black woman over 50 who desires to maintain a youthful, vibrant appearance through her hair color choices. Many of us understand the power of a stunning hair color, yet sometimes, unwittingly, we make choices that, instead of enhancing our natural beauty, can add years to our look. We are not just talking about trends, we are discussing foundational principles of color theory, hair science, and how they interact with the unique characteristics of mature skin and hair. This video will uncover the top 5 hair color mistakes that can instantly age you, providing you with expert insights and actionable solutions to ensure your hair color always works to your advantage, keeping you looking radiant, sophisticated, and effortlessly youthful. Prepare to transform your approach to hair color with knowledge that empowers and beautifies. One of the most common and often overlooked mistakes that can instantly add years to your appearance, particularly for older Black women, is opting for a flat, monochromatic dark hair color. This includes solid black, very dark brown, or any single-tone dark shade that lacks dimension. While dark colors can be elegant, a uniform, unvarying dark hue creates a stark contrast against mature skin, which naturally loses some of its youthful plumpness and luminosity over time. The science behind this aging effect is multifaceted. Firstly, as we age, our skin tone may become slightly paler or develop more noticeable undertones, and a harsh, solid dark color can drain warmth from the face, emphasizing fine lines, wrinkles, and even under-eye circles. The lack of varied light reflection from a single-tone dark color means that the hair acts like a heavy frame, drawing attention to facial features that might otherwise blend harmoniously. Expert colorists explain that natural hair, even dark hair, possesses multiple subtle variations in tone and depth that allow light to interact with it in a dynamic way, creating an illusion of movement and vibrancy. When this natural dimension is stripped away by a single opaque dye, the hair can appear dull, lifeless, and, consequently, make the entire complexion look fatigued and older. Furthermore, the unique melanin types found in black hair, primarily eumelanin, respond differently to light compared to pheomelanin found in lighter hair. While eumelanin provides rich, deep color, a completely uniform application without any lighter elements can absorb too much light, resulting in a flat, almost two-dimensional appearance. Instead of embracing the natural depth and richness, a flat dark color can flatten the visual texture of the hair itself. To counteract this aging effect, experts highly recommend incorporating subtle dimension into darker shades. Consider variations like soft black, a deep espresso with barely perceptible auburn or chocolate undertones, or a rich dark brown infused with hints of caramel or mahogany. These dimensional colors allow light to play off the different tones within the hair, creating movement, depth, and a much softer frame for the face. For instance, a soft black color, which is a black with a slightly warmer or cooler undertone depending on your skin, can provide the desired depth without the harshness of jet black. Similarly, a very dark chocolate brown, perhaps a level 2 or 3 on the hair color chart, infused with subtle, finely woven highlights in a slightly lighter brown, or a deep reddish brown can add incredible richness and dimension. The goal is not to go light, but to introduce variations in tone that mimic natural hair and allow light to reflect more dynamically. This approach softens the overall look, brightens the complexion, and ultimately creates a more youthful and sophisticated aesthetic. Always consult with a professional colorist who understands the nuances of mature black hair and skin tones to achieve this sophisticated, dimensional dark look. Another significant hair color mistake that can prematurely age older Black women is choosing a shade that clashes with or completely ignores their skin's natural undertones. Understanding your skin's undertone, whether it is warm, cool, or neutral, is paramount to selecting a hair color that harmonizes with your complexion and enhances your natural radiance. When your hair color clashes with your undertone, it can create an unnatural, washed out, or even sallow appearance, drawing attention to imperfections rather than complementing your features. Scientifically, skin undertones are determined by the amount of melanin, carotene, and hemoglobin present in the skin, which influences how light is absorbed and reflected. For Black women, the diversity of skin tones is vast, ranging from very deep ebony to lighter caramel, and within this spectrum, undertones can vary significantly. Some black women have warm undertones, characterized by golden, peaky, or yellow hues, while others have cool undertones with pink, blue, or reddish tints. Neutral undertones exhibit a balance of both. Experts emphasize that a hair color that works with your undertone will make your skin appear healthier, more vibrant, and more youthful. Conversely, a hair color that fights your undertone can make your skin look dull, tired, or even emphasize redness or discoloration. For example, if you have cool undertones, opting for a very warm, brassy hair color with strong orange or yellow pigments can make your skin appear ruddy or overly pink. The contrast can be jarring, highlighting any redness in the skin and making you look older. Similarly, if you have warm undertones, choosing an excessively cool, ashy hair color with blue or violet bases might make your skin look sallow or drained of color, giving an unhealthy appearance. The key is to select a hair color that shares or subtly complements your undertone. For warm undertones, rich warm colors like honey blonde, caramel, golden brown, copper, or deep auburn can be incredibly flattering. These shades reflect the golden hues in your skin, making it glow. For cool undertones, consider cooler tones such as ash brown, espresso, deep burgundy, or even cool-toned plums. These colors will enhance the blue or pinkish tints in your skin, creating a sophisticated and harmonious look. Neutral undertones offer the most versatility, allowing you to experiment with both warm and cool shades, though it is often best to lean slightly towards colors that are not excessively warm or cool to maintain balance. Professional colorists use a color wheel and a deep understanding of primary and secondary colors to identify these harmonies. They understand that adding a specific pigment, like a touch of violet to neutralize brassiness in a warm brown, or a hint of gold to enrich a cool black, can make all the difference. Beyond the basic warm-cool spectrum, consider the depth of your skin tone. Very deep skin tones can beautifully carry rich, vibrant jewel tones like deep emerald or sapphire-inspired blues, or intense ruby reds, as long as the undertones are respected. Lighter caramel tones might shine with warm golden blondes or soft, luminous browns. The chemical interaction between the hair dye and your natural melanin also plays a role. A skilled colorist can predict how a chosen shade will interact with your existing hair pigment to achieve the desired harmonious result. Do not guess your undertone. Consult with a professional stylist who can accurately assess your skin and recommend a palette that genuinely enhances your natural beauty, ensuring your hair color is an asset, not an age accelerator. A crucial mistake that instantly ages hair, and by extension your entire appearance, is the over-processing and subsequent damage inflicted upon mature hair, especially common with the unique textures of black hair. As we age, our hair undergoes significant biological changes. The scalp produces less sebum, leading to drier strands. Hair follicles can shrink, resulting in finer, more brittle hair. The outer cuticle layer, which protects the inner cortex, becomes more fragile and prone to lifting. Furthermore, the natural melanin production slows down, leading to graying hair, which often has a coarser, more resistant texture due to changes in its internal structure and cuticle layer. When mature hair, already more vulnerable, is subjected to harsh chemical treatments such as strong bleaching agents, high ammonia dyes, or repeated, aggressive coloring sessions, the consequences are severe and visibly aging. Over-processing strips the hair of its natural lipids and proteins, particularly keratin, which is the primary structural protein of hair. This degradation of the hair's integrity leads to increased porosity, meaning the cuticle scales are permanently raised, making the hair unable to retain moisture effectively. The result is hair that looks and feels dry, brittle, dull, frizzy, and prone to breakage. This damaged texture instantly adds years to your look, making hair appear unkempt, unhealthy, and lifeless, regardless of the chosen color. The chemical process of hair coloring involves opening the hair cuticle to deposit or remove pigment. With mature hair, which often has a more compact or resistant cuticle due to its coarser texture, stronger chemicals or longer processing times are sometimes used. This, however, can be a double-edged sword. While it might achieve the desired color, it can severely compromise the hair's health. For black women, whose hair often has a naturally drier texture and a more delicate curl pattern, the risk of damage from overprocessing is even higher. The natural twists and turns of textured hair create points of weakness along the strand, making it more susceptible to breakage when its protein bonds are compromised by chemicals. Experts strongly advocate for a gentle, informed approach to coloring mature hair. This includes first, choosing professional low ammonia or ammonia-free hair dyes that are formulated with conditioning agents to minimize damage. These dyes are designed to be less aggressive on the hair cuticle. Second, opting for demi-permanent or semi-permanent colors when possible, especially for subtle color enhancements or blending grays, as these deposit color without permanently altering the hair's internal structure as much as permanent dyes do. Third, prioritizing hair health with pre- and post-coloring treatments. This means using bond-building treatments, deep conditioning masks, and protein treatments regularly to strengthen the hair shaft and restore moisture. Fourth, entrusting your hair coloring to a skilled professional colorist who specializes in mature and textured hair. A professional will accurately assess your hair's condition, porosity, and elasticity before recommending a coloring strategy. They will know the precise formulations and processing times needed to achieve your desired shade with the least amount of damage, and they can perform strand tests to predict the outcome and minimize risks. They can also advise on techniques like balayage or root melting, which reduce the frequency of full head color applications, thus minimizing chemical exposure. Remember, healthy, vibrant hair is inherently youthful. Prioritizing the integrity of your hair through gentle coloring practices and diligent care will ensure your hair color enhances, rather than detracts from, your youthful glow. Another common hair color misstep that can instantly age older black women is the application of harsh, unnatural highlights or streaks. While highlights can add beautiful dimension and vibrancy, poorly executed ones can create a stark, artificial contrast that is unflattering and emphasizes age. We are specifically referring to highlights that are too light for your skin tone, too chunky or thick, or placed in a way that does not blend seamlessly with your natural hair color. The science behind why this ages you involves the principles of light reflection and natural blending. Natural hair, even when highlighted by the sun, rarely exhibits stark, uniform streaks. Instead, it shows subtle variations in tone that create a soft, diffused effect. When highlights are too bright, they can create an abrupt visual break between the hair color and the skin, drawing undue attention to the hair itself rather than enhancing the overall facial aesthetic. This can make the hair look like a wig, rather than a natural extension of your beauty. For older black women, whose skin tones often possess rich, warm, or deep undertones, overly light highlights, particularly platinum blonde, stark white, or very ash blonde, can be particularly jarring. These cool, extreme shades can clash severely with warm skin undertones, making the complexion appear sallow or washed out. The contrast can also highlight signs of aging such as fine lines, wrinkles, and uneven skin tone, rather than softening them. Furthermore, chunky or thick streaks, especially when placed prominently around the face, can appear dated and unnatural. This style lacks the sophisticated blend that is crucial for a youthful look. Instead of providing a gentle lift and dimension, chunky highlights create harsh lines that can visually pull the face down or make the hair look heavy. Experts recommend a nuanced approach to highlights for mature black women. The key is subtlety, strategic placement, and choosing shades that complement, rather than contrast sharply with, your natural hair color and skin tone. Consider techniques like balayage or foilyage, which allow for a softer, more graduated application of color, mimicking the way the sun naturally lightens hair. These methods create a seamless transition from your roots to your ends, providing a natural-looking dimension without harsh lines. When selecting highlight shades, aim for colors that are no more than 2 to 3 levels lighter than your base color. For deeper hair colors, rich caramel, honey, warm amber, deep auburn, or even a subtle bronze can be incredibly flattering. These shades introduce warmth and light without being overly bright or artificial. For those with cooler undertones, subtle chocolate or espresso highlights can add depth without clashing. The placement of highlights is equally important. Experts suggest focusing highlights around the mid-shaft and ends, with delicate, face-framing pieces that are carefully blended to soften facial features. Avoid placing very light highlights directly at the root, as this can create a harsh regrowth line and a less natural appearance. The goal is to create a luminous effect that appears effortless and sophisticated, adding movement and light to the hair, without detracting from the natural beauty of your mature complexion. A professional colorist with experience in coloring textured hair understands how to achieve these delicate effects, using specific sectioning and application techniques to ensure a beautifully blended, age-defying result that truly enhances your features. The fifth, and arguably one of the most visible, hair color mistakes that can instantly age older Black women is neglecting consistent gray coverage and proper color maintenance. While embracing natural gray hair can be incredibly chic and empowering, if you choose to color your grays, inconsistent coverage or a lack of routine maintenance can undermine your entire look, making you appear less polished and, inevitably, older. The biological reality of gray hair is that it often has a different texture than pigmented hair, tending to be coarser, more resistant to dye, and sometimes more porous due to a lack of melanin. This means that gray hairs can absorb color differently, sometimes resulting in a less vibrant or uneven shade if not handled correctly. When roots begin to show, especially a sharp line of demarcation between your colored hair and your natural gray regrowth, it creates a stark contrast that instantly draws attention to the fact that your hair is colored and that time is passing. This visible regrowth can give an impression of neglect or a lack of attention to detail, which detracts from a sophisticated, youthful image. Furthermore, if the chosen color does not adequately cover stubborn grays, leading to a translucent or patchy appearance, it can make the hair look thin or unhealthy, further contributing to an aged aesthetic. Experts emphasize that successful gray coverage and color maintenance are not just about hiding grays, but about creating a seamless, natural-looking transition that enhances your overall appearance. This requires a strategic approach. First, for optimal gray coverage, professional stylists often recommend permanent hair dyes that are specifically formulated to penetrate resistant gray hair cuticles. These dyes provide full opacity and long-lasting color. They might also use a technique called pre-softening or pre-pigmenting on particularly stubborn gray areas to help the dye adhere more effectively, ensuring a uniform and vibrant result. Second, consistency in root touch-ups is paramount. Depending on the rate of your hair growth and the contrast between your natural gray and your chosen color, root touch-ups are typically needed every 4 to 6 weeks. This regular schedule prevents a noticeable regrowth line from forming, maintaining a polished and consistent look. Third, beyond just covering grays, color maintenance involves protecting the vibrancy and health of your colored hair. This means using sulfate-free shampoos and conditioners specifically designed for color-treated hair, which help to prevent color fading and maintain moisture. Applying heat protectants before styling with hot tools, and using UV protection sprays when outdoors can also significantly extend the life and vibrancy of your color. Deep conditioning treatments and hair masks should be incorporated into your weekly routine to combat dryness and maintain elasticity, especially for mature, chemically treated hair. Fourth, consider gray blending techniques if you prefer a softer transition rather than complete coverage. Techniques like lowlights adding darker strands or fine, subtle highlights can be strategically placed to blend grays into your existing color, creating a more diffused, natural-looking effect that requires less frequent touch-ups. This approach can be particularly flattering for those who are gradually transitioning to gray or who prefer a less stark contrast. Ultimately, addressing gray coverage and maintaining your color with diligence demonstrates a commitment to self-care and a polished appearance. This attention to detail communicates youthfulness and vitality, ensuring that your hair color remains a source of confidence and beauty. Always consult with a professional colorist to determine the best gray coverage and maintenance plan tailored to your specific hair type, color, and lifestyle. You have now been equipped with expert knowledge to avoid the 5 common hair color mistakes that can instantly age older Black women. Remember, your hair color is a powerful tool for self-expression and enhancing your natural beauty. By avoiding flat, monochromatic dark shades, harmonizing with your skin's undertones, protecting your mature hair from overprocessing, choosing subtle and well-placed highlights, and diligently maintaining your gray coverage, you will ensure your hair color always works to make you look radiant, sophisticated, and effortlessly youthful. We encourage you to consult with a professional colorist who understands the unique needs of mature, textured hair to achieve your most flattering and vibrant look. Do not let outdated coloring practices diminish your glow. Embrace these insights, empower your choices, and step out with confidence, knowing your hair color is a testament to your timeless beauty. If you found this guide helpful, please give it a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe to our channel for more expert beauty and hair advice tailored for women over 50.